All right, is it on? I think it is. I think it is. I think it is. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, there it goes. So how y'all doing? How you doing? I ain't gonna hold you long, but thought I'd say hi. How y'all doing? Can you hear me? I don't know how this mic works in here. Does it sound all right? You can hear it? Okay. Well, I'm in class, so I'm trying to be a little quiet. So there's nobody in here, but I'm still, I don't know. It's kind of like when you're in the library and still nobody in here. You just feel like you need to calm down with your talking. Hi, Peggy. Oh, I need to remember the link, Peggy. Peggy, your email that you sent me went to spam, and so I never seen it until whenever that day is. What was it, Monday, Tuesday, something like that? So I'm going to try to remember today to put the Hope Brokers link, no, Sunday, in the chat on Jen's channel. Jen is actually on her way over here now. Oh no, I'm not giving the class. I'm just sitting in it, I guess. No, this is where Jen's going to do her seminar this weekend. And so I was just setting stuff up. Yes, today will be the first day of the seminar at around 7:00 p.m. Pacific. And so I've been to Starbucks naturally. I've been up since the butt crack of dawn. I can't sleep in weird places, so there's that. But it's nice and cool and cold and rainy and Portlandy and northwesterny here, so I love it. I went out and was looking for a coffee shop that I went to the last time I was here, and I don't know what happened, but I was walking and I was kind of looking for it, but I thought in my brain piece that I knew where it was, and so I was. Well, I bought them specifically for her seminar. Her logo is the dragonfly. So I was walking to find the coffee shop, and the next thing you know, I was at the river, which means I passed it because it's before you get to the river. But I went all the way to the river, and there you go. And I'm like, well, I don't know where it is then. So I took a turn, and then I found another coffee shop because they're on every corner here. Like, churches in the South, they're on every corner. So I found another one, and I've been to it before. Had a chocolate latte with some cinnamon in it. So good to go. Good to go. So far, so good. Are y'all's trees changing wherever you are? Our trees are not changing at all. I mean, maybe it's too early, but they're not changing at all. And then I feel like, because mind you, they were kind of falling, the leaves were falling a little early, but they weren't changing. They were just going from green to brown. And now there's no change. And I feel like what's going to happen is you wake up one day and boom, they all drop to the ground overnight. Trees are changing in Michigan. And then up where you are, Kelly. See, Misty, it's not changing here either. They usually change around this time, or by this time, I should say. But nothing's changing. They're all still green. You got like one tree that's trying to rush the season, but the rest of them. Jenna's going to do another one next year. So be on the lookout for that. They're really fun. We had a good time last time. Am I being interrogated? Kinda. But if you want to know, that means you're going to be involved. So I'll spare you the detail. Because to know is to be a witness. It's warm there. See, okay. Where I am, we had like a 71, a 72, and then a 90, and then a 66. So Earth is being very bipolar where we are. Because, it wobbles. It doesn't just do a circle. It wobbles back and forth. And since we're right at the tip, then we get the hot and cold too. But it's annoying. This is witness protection. Hey, I heard footsteps.
There's some name tag. You want to play them?
Okay, thank you. Well, I want to go to Ireland. I think that would be nice. Now, mind you, you want to go anywhere where you see where the pictures are nice. So you you don't know what it really looks like when you get there, but it looks nice from the pictures. Now I had, let me see. That's what I like, the green. I like flowers too, but if I had to choose, I'd take the green over the flowers, believe it or not. I like the greenery. I had 2 or 3 questions I had that we can read upon. Oh, who is this? Who is Marino? Ohio. What's his first name? Bernie Marino. Where is he running? He's running for office. He's in, is it Ohio? Because Nikki Haley wrote him, are you trying to lose the election? I'm asking for a friend. Because he's wondering why is it that all women are, well, not all women, but some women are going so hard for women's reproductive rights. And he says, I think it's a little crazy, but especially for women who are past 50, I'm thinking to myself, that's not an issue for you. And like, why is I don't get it. That whole largest voting bloc, let's make them as mad as we possibly can right before we need to do the opposite. But, oh Lord. And you know that New York mayor, I read on him a long time ago. And all that was coming out back then, too. They just needed to build the case, as they always do. Adams, Mayor Adams. Boy, New York, New Jersey loves some corruption, don't y'all? I don't care who it is, Republican, Democrat. But he's got way too many connections in very odd places. Wasn't he a police chief too, or something like that? Thing. He's got way too many little weird, you shouldn't know that person type connections. So, yeah. Yeah. One of the Secret Service is about to be suspended currently for sexual assault and passing out in the hallway. That ain't funny, but he passed out in the hallway and then everybody took pictures of him. So to have proof that, you know, Lord Jesus. JD Vance has always said Trump was going to lose back then in 2020. I wonder if he still feels that way now. Hi. Yes, ma'am. Donald Trump senior advisor say it's going to be up to the states to monitor women's pregnancies. So it's those are your current events. Yes, that was Jen. There's your name tags there too. They're all saying hi.
Hi, everybody. Somebody had the sleeping drugs this morning. I couldn't get up. I kept rolling over and going back to sleep. Rolling over and going back to sleep.
I watched, I think, 850 hours of the Golden Girls. I was cracking them so loud. I knew somebody was gonna make a complaint on me. I just knew it was gonna happen. But I was laughing so loud.
We ate so much rich food for dinner. It was like, oh, I just felt so bloated.
I had meatloaf and mashed potatoes, and it felt like it too.
I had pot roasted mashed potatoes and this zucchini and corn thing that was really good. I told Johnny, I said, I've got a picture on the wall in my hotel room of clouds, and all I see is mashed potatoes. Everything looks like mashed potatoes now.
I said, you need more glasses or go back to sleep.
For some caffeine, I went to Starbucks. Finally.
Now, mind you, we ate all that food. Well, I ate like a bird-sized portion because I was like full like right afterwards, and it was like 12:30 at night, and I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking, man, I'm hungry.
We had a caramel cheesecake with this real thick ganache on the chocolate ganache on the bottom and top. Is that how you say it, ganache?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it was so rich.
It was. I went to a place called Virginia's at 12:30 at night.
The only thing open
this morning. It was that and some other thing that sold pizza, but I don't want no pizza. So I walk in there and I was like, okay, because they only got like 5 things on the menu, but at that time of night you can only get like 2 things because the rest of the kitchen is like shut down. Only thing that's ready is like the cooking grease.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, okay, well, what can I get? Fries and wings. So that's fine with me. So that's what I ate at 12:30 this morning.
Did you see my text about my hallway?
Yes.
Shall we tell them the inside joke? So when I was here in June, Johnny and I are walking around in between the 2 seminars, and we're shopping, going to rock shops and stuff. And I said, walking around the streets, I just keep smelling skunk smell, but we're in a city. I shouldn't smell skunk smell. And Johnny's like, Jen, it's legal here. And I'm like, but that's some nasty smelling stuff. It's legal. You can smoke anything you want. So on my way over here to meet Johnny today, I walked into my hallway from my hotel room and it smelled like skunk. I'm like, don't tell me somebody's been token in the hallways.
It's a cologne here now. It's like that's all they smell like is marijuana.
But
Like,
it's
oh my God.
nasty smelling. It's
It
like,
is.
there's better smelling stuff you can get, guys.
I think this is like the kind you get out the 7-Eleven behind the counter. It's like that stinks. I don't know who made that, but Earth did not.
So now every time I tell him I smell skunk, he knows what I mean.
That's that 2 for $1 kind. You don't want that. If it's cheaper than gum, leave it alone. No, ma'am. That's my adventure for today, though. I need to buy something, though, that I can eat at 12:30 because that's what's going to happen again. And I'm like, don't get lost this late at night because I can get lost fast. I got lost this morning. I was telling them trying to go to the coffee shop.
Uh-huh.
The coffee shop is like here, I think, and the hotel's here. I made all the way to the river. I passed that coffee shop like twice, I'm sure.
Oh, man.
Unless the coffee shop is in the river, I went too far.
Heck is in the chat.
Hi, Becca. BLT. Who can I get that from? See, that little refrigerator freezes everything. And so if you put food in there, it's going to turn to ice.
I haven't even been hungry since last night. I'm like, I'll eat a late lunch and an early dinner tonight, but I need salad or
I
something.
should have took
less
my
heavy.
food with me, like she said in the first place, and that'd have been fine because I'd have had it. But it's like, no, I ain't taking it because I figured, I was like so darn full, I ain't gonna eat nothing else.
When I brought my peppermint sticks, I forgot to give you some.
I got a ton of candy in there. There chocolates and all kind of crap, but that's all I had. So marijuana lotion, no, ma'am. Why you want to smell like that, though? I mean, smoke it as long as you want to, but why you want to smell like that? I don't want to smell like that. I got 38 bottles of cologne. I got a smell like fetish. It's like Becca, here's what we need to do. Again, train that dog. Tell her Lassie would make you a BLT. So she need to go downstairs and chop.
Oh, and for those worried about Lori, she's fine after the hurricane.
Yeah, she
texted
she
her.
made a community post that she was fine.
She's doing all right.
Mhm.
That got nasty quick.
It did. They had a thing on the news that the police were saying, if you didn't evacuate, when they said evacuate, take a permanent marker and write your name and birth date and address on your skin so they know how to identify you. I'm like, oh Lord, it went dark fast, didn't it? But you know, it's a deadly storm. That's how it goes. Tell that dog to get busy now. I bet you she can make a BLT if you teach her.
I'm just setting up laptop for later.
There's nothing in here.
It's all right. I'm just gonna
I
hook
got-
up to the power.
I got this one now, and all that. We got to find the HDMI cable and all that.
If I need an HDMI cable, I'm probably in trouble because I didn't bring one.
She got one. The seminar starts today at 7, and tomorrow early in the morning. So I gotta try to go to sleep. Can't be up watching Golden Girls marathons.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Okay, I slept so much this morning. I'm gonna have trouble getting up tomorrow morning when I have to.
That was not my intention though, even yesterday. I'm like, go to sleep. But I can't sleep in hotel rooms. It's just, it's not my house.
Well, the pillows are too hard. The pillows are memory foam, which I hate. They're too stiff. So I kept rearranging the pillows and trying to get comfortable. It was like, oh.
And what's so odd about the pillow too is it's stiff, and then when it's flat, it will not come back up. Mine anyway, my big fat head. Okay, fool with that later. Lord have mercy.
Reading cards for him.
I had like 2 questions. That's all I had though. I am in Portland, Oregon, or Oregon as they call it here.
And me too. I keep sticking my head in.
Yeah, I ain't traveling with no pillow. I don't even like to travel with bags. I don't know. It feels like I have too much every time I travel somewhere. I can't drag pillows and blanket. I might as well bring the blanket too. Then I got to bring my fan, get my computer. I have to just get a U-Haul and travel the country. No, thank you.
I hope everybody's going to the community tab on my page and giving us lots of questions for Sunday night.
Yeah, Sunday will be on Jen's channel. So if you want to leave questions there, we go right ahead. Oh, Dave did a channeling. We'll have to watch. Okay. So how y'all doing? Y'all all right out there? Is the weather treating you okay where you are? Anybody in Arizona? What is it doing in Arizona? No, the healing class is, you can do healing energy work remotely. It is better to teach it in person instead of online, because there is a certain at a certain point, when you're teaching it to someone, you need to know a 105 in Arizona is sweet Jesus.
There's a heat wave going on.
You need to know if you'll get it.
I can't tell when I teach like Zoom class or whatever. I can't tell if people are feeling it, but when I'm in person with them, I can tell by their face, because their face is like, oh crap, when they get it, like I can tell they feel it.
105.
And people are prone to saying, yeah, I feel it, when they don't, and it's like, no, you don't. And I'll keep working with them till they feel it, and then they're like, ooh.
Because it's a different thing. When you feel it, and so it does need some in-person touch. But there'll be another one next year, more than likely. So just keep an eye out for that too. 105. That ain't ever cool. I mean, maybe cool for them, but that ain't ever cool.
There's a heat wave in the west. There's the hurricane and tornadoes and everything in the southeast, and then where I'm from in Illinois, it's kind of like they're not sure what to expect, because there's like tornado warnings south of them and this heat wave coming across. I'm like, oh gosh, I hope the kitties are okay.
Yeah, we had a 90 one day and then a 66 the next day. Am I losing weight? No, I found it again.
If we weren't sure, last night proved it. We both probably gained about 10 pounds.
Like halfway through, my pants cut off my circulation. So no, I know where it is. I mean, it may not show right now, but I still got it.
It started with homemade buttermilk biscuits that were like sky high.
Yeah, it's much different in person.
So I got a question for you, Johnny.
Ooh.
Melania, in talking about her art photos, her nude photos, which she's apparently written about in her book, did she do that, because sex sells? Is she trying to sell more books, or was she trying to sabotage Trump? Because we know she doesn't want to be first lady again. She's not campaigning with him or anything.
She did it for her boyfriend.
Money.
Mm-hmm.
Always money with them folks.
Mm-hmm. Give me. It's an opportunity for something else, because their life is about to change. Mm-hmm. Stop it. They're so gross. Will you stop with all the pop-ups, Jesus? It's a creative venture of some sort. So maybe she'll make a video game or something. I don't know. Maybe she'll have an OnlyFans.
Maybe she'll have a soft porn flick to go with the pictures.
It's for a different kind of venture of some sort. But it's about money. Which, you know what? Listen. That's what their whole life is about. So go for it.
Well, if I was married to him and sleeping in a separate bedroom, I would want to make sure I was making the money while I could.
Uh-oh.
So does she hope he loses, or does she hope he wins?
Surprised she's not practicing painting targets on his face.
She's got a side piece.
She does she want to be first lady of chaos? Does she hope he'll lose? Done. Complete. She's looking forward to something else. Like this. I mean, she didn't want to be there the first time. There's her coming back around the mountain again. No, she's caught up in her own stuff. Time is over. No, she wants money. She don't care nothing about him being president. She's got her own agenda. She got her own agenda. Is Jennifer Lopez hiding something? Well, I mean, it's
Anybody connected to Diddy is probably hiding something. I mean, Usher stayed with him when he was underage.
that one there.
He has admitted on the Howard Stern show and different places that he saw some stuff going on way back
He
then.
did some stuff.
Yeah.
There's some allegations against him too, but they just ain't picking up steam right now because Puff Daddy is kind of sucking the oxygen out the room. But
From Justin Bieber and everything, it's like, what parent would let an underage kid stay with that?
That's, I mean, Aaliyah, who was 16 and married to R. Kelly at the time. That's what a lot of people said. We keep talking about R. Kelly this and R. Kelly that. Where was that child's mom and daddy? Justin Bieber's father wanted money, so they basically sold their child to the highest bidder too. And they made a star out of him, just like they can any blonde white boy from the Disney Channel. They all have that look about them. And so, you know, certain people would stay away from. Is she hiding something? Like if you just pull one card, sun is a yes, but sun is also exposure. You'll find out too if something is there. There's like a financial interest in hiding something.
Money and parties.
I don't think that she had like some underage activities, but was she at the free cost? Yes. Jennifer Lopez may have. Now, this no shade, okay? This because I'm no Luther Vandross either, but Jennifer Lopez cannot sing. I think that's unanimous. Especially if you ever heard her try to sing a cappella. It's not cute. She's a showgirl though. And remember, she started on In Living Color way back in the day. She took the opportunity of her connections to build her fame. I'm not saying she slept to the top, but she took the opportunity of her connections to build her fame, her success. And so, is she hiding anything? Not really. I mean, what you see is what's there. What you suspect is probably what's there too. I don't think she's got a skeleton in the closet. I think where she is, for the level she is, for a person who cannot sing, she should not be way up there. There's always something else involved when you have half the talent of some of the people that won't do what you do. And so I don't think she's a criminal, but she did what she had to do to get where she is. Or did what she wanted to do. I shouldn't say had to do, because you always have a choice. Because there is such a thing as no, you get your career ruined, sure, but you can keep your dignity and self-respect.
Whereas Melania slept her way to the bottom.
stayed
Bless her heart.
and had a baby and stayed there. Is Diddy safe in prison? He's a witness. And so I think so. Because suicide watch is protocol. He's not suicidal. They have to do that to make sure that he comes to no harm and he does not harm himself. Because again, he's not just a suspect, he's a witness. And so they need him to bring down somebody else. But let's see, is he safe in prison? Yeah, he knows what's coming. But he's seen, that's another thing too. Why didn't he run away? Wasn't he in Cancun or somewhere that doesn't extradite like 3-4 months ago? When the not Secret Service, who was Homeland Security, was raiding his house.
Yeah.
His son got arrested. King Combs.
One of his sons.
Question is, will he turn state's evidence? Here's another thing too. I want to be proven wrong. Please and thank you to the spirits that be. There may be some betrayal coming his way eventually, but I think this is more of a verbal nature. I just got this feeling, and it was in his tableau as well, because he has a really good attorney, that every charge against him will not stick. Either that or he gets some sort of leeway. Because this is like the card of house arrest. Not that he's going to be under house arrest, but this is like a lesser sentence type thing. Something that he should get 50 years based upon his charges, but he may get 10. And so I don't see him getting the maximum in the book thrown at him and all that kind of stuff. If he survives, betrayal's betrayal. So we'll see. I have no grease today.
The thing is, we know in prisons they don't like pedophiles. But right now he's in solitary, so yeah, should be safe.
And bear in mind too, he's not necessarily the most powerful person in the world. So there's whoever he was connected to is probably above him, but he's got a long reach. He's got a lot of influence in a whole lot of places and still has a whole lot of money. And even in jail, those kind of people become kingpinish in a way, because he can do things even for people in there. His father, I forget the man's name, but he used to run with some guy who is in the mob. And who's Irv Gotti or something, one of them, like the people who has a big name in the mob type
like
of thing.
John Gotti.
Yeah. So he's got some very weird connections. Because remember the things he's accused of: sex trafficking, sure, but also witness intimidation of various cases.
Rico.
Yeah. I mean, outside of like what they've formally charged him with, the things that he's been accused of his whole life: witness intimidation. He allegedly blew up somebody's car or had someone's car blown up. I'll say it that way. His wife's mysterious death. He's also being accused of killing Tupac and Biggie, Heavy D, tried to kill El DeBarge, they said, Jamie Foxx,
And unaliving
Usher.
for entertainment purposes only, YouTube.
You know, it's never bothered my channel. He's been accused of all Kid Cudi. They say he's tried to kill Usher. He tried to kill Jamie Foxx. He killed Heavy D, they say. This, now mind you, all alleged. So he's got a very weird, long reach. People are intimidated by him, but now they feel a little more empowered because the government is against him, and they feel as though, okay, if we can all stand together, then we can fight. So we'll see. We'll see if he's been chopped off at the knees or not. Because what most people do, as we see in Trump's case, is they circle the wagon. So they take down all your people that could possibly be allies, and then they come for you. And he is part of somebody else's wagon, I'm sure. Clive Davis is something else too. So, I mean, they all are, though, aren't they? Not all of them, no, because.
The Weinstein.
But it's like I've always been one of these people. I can't entertain the thought in the conversation of Illuminati because it just sounds way too conspiracy theorist. And like they say, Kanye West pretends to be crazy because he wants to lose his career because they sacrificed his mom. And it just sounds so far-fetched to me. And then you see cases like Puff Daddy and you think, is it really that far-fetched or just, I can't throw that far? Like, there's something to some of all of that. And it's just very strange. And
how much of it is greed-based versus,
you know,
I mean, we see cultish behavior in MAGA. You know,
yes.
so God only knows.
Halloween, Hollywood. I mean, guess so. It's pretty much the same. They're all kind of creepy and crazy, and it's the ghost of Epstein.
Is anybody hiding Diddy in jail?
Is he connected with Mayor Adams? Let's ask. But it's like they have this whole, everybody knows everybody at the top, and they do weird things and these weird, I shouldn't say weird because I actually like the word weird, but these strange and unusual or even dangerous parties. And yeah, Diddy's mom, like when I seen the video of them two together, is very cringy. It is. She doesn't, I don't know. And then according to Gene Deal, he used to hit his mom too. Gene Deal was his bodyguard for a very long time. Well, he threatened his mom, yelled at his mom. He never hit his mom in front of Gene Deal. But apparently he used to do that too. Mayor Adams and Puff Daddy, is there a connection? I did shuffle. Y'all heard it and seen it, right? Now, I'm not saying, okay, calm down, y'all. Oh, is there a connection between Mayor Adams and Sean Diddy Combs?
Oh no!
This is not always romantic. It's
could be contractual.
Here's the problem, though.
Or on the same page.
Yes, here's the problem. Here's the problem. There is another card in the tarot that means business arrangement. I didn't pull that one.
Yeah.
It ain't coming up either.
I don't think they ran in the same circle.
Oh, good going. Mayor Adams is crooked. I'd seen that when I seen his face the first time. He's denying the charges right now, but that don't mean nothing.
Hey.
Because you would. But I get this. As far as like yes, no, that would be yes. But it's more of like donation or something like that. The Knight of Pentacles is not a donation. I'm trying to not create conspiracies here. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of work. This is something like you hire a person. That's why I'm calling it donation. You would hire a person for specific things. So they buy politicians. I mean, that's no secret. So it makes a little sense. They buy politicians, they buy favor. I need startup money for my business, and they can just like you, they take your tax dollars and they build football stadiums type of thing. Like there's a thing that they can get the government to do. That way you don't have to come out of pocket. It's something like that. There's some sort of connection here, but it's material in nature. But they are of like mind. And if you examine this closely, you wouldn't like the details. That's why such a card comes up. Because the Lovers is a person of like mind. And so it's not as though they are two different coins. They're two different sides of the same coin. So one may be sexually corrupt and one is financially corrupt type of thing. So, but it's still corrupt. And so there is some sort of favor when it comes to those two. I'll say it that way. Lord. Yes, what's with that baby oil? I've never been a baby oil person. It's itchy. It makes me itch. Like when I was, if you don't know nothing about African skin, let me drop a little knowledge. Mine in particularly, I get very dry right in here, especially like in the knuckles and then the web, and then right here in the middle of my head, like on the brow, right there in the T, it gets very dry. And so I've tried everything, and there's plenty of things that work, but baby oil ain't one of them. It does work, but it makes me itch like nobody's business. Is Bieber part of the guilty group? I think Bieber is a victim, but I'll ask. Is he part of the guilty group? I wonder too, with all his health issues. Because that's the part I don't like. It's just all these little conspiracies running in your head. Then, like, he had some health issues. I wonder if they were legit. Anyway, is he justice? I think he's a victim. It's just me personally. Now, so you can completely ignore everything I'm about to say because this might be a little biased. But I think he's a victim. Yeah, there's something around the justice and the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is accepting a reality you can't change. And then the justice is like compassion or fairness or balancing things. I think he's a victim. This is grief, sorrow, loss, tragedy. Then there's a deal of some sort. This is kind of how he got famous. Then there is a woman there. So I think he's a victim, if you ask me. Any politicians at the freak out? Maybe Josh Hawley or Mike. I think that there were some politicians there. That's the HDMI.
One for you, one for me for later.
Okay.
You want another Starbucks?
Yes, I do.
Do you want exactly what you?
That was a strawberry lemonade.
Is that what you want?
Mm-hmm. You going down there now?
Uh-huh.
Want me to go with you?
Now you can stay live
Okay.
if you want. You can go with me if you want, but you got a crowd watching now.
Well, I wasn't planning on staying here long. That way we can. Because
Yeah, if you had your iPad, we could walk them to
Take it there.
Starbucks together. We'll see everybody Sunday night.
Mhm. So, was there any politicians at the freak-offs? Yes. Republicans. That's my Republican card. So I may be a little biased too. So keep that in mind. But yes, because they kind of not travel in the same circle, but money connects them. And so, yes. A different identity, of course, or to protect the identity or something like that. This is We'll come back to that. Yeah. There is someone connected, one of these politicians, to younger people who ain't old enough to vote or drink, if you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, that's what I get. Mm-hmm. Hermit. One hard on hermit. Yeah, there's something around trying to protect identities of some sort. What about Matt Gaetz? Now, Matt Gaetz is Florida, right? Isn't he Florida Republican? Diddy has a home in Florida. Matt Gaetz and Puff Daddy. Matt Gaetz and ooh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 It's all right in there. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there a connection with Puff Daddy and Matt Gaetz? With Matt Gaetz at the Puff Daddy parties? I wouldn't call. Ooh. I would. I wouldn't call it a party, like the little freak off parties type of thing. This is more like a private showing, which is where that hermit came in. They're not there with the public. They're there. They're like shown their own good time type of thing. If you get what I'm saying, it's private. But the Six of Cups is about childhood and nostalgia, or children and innocence, and so naturally that would come up with the person we're talking about. Is there a connection? Yes, but I think, like I said, this is private because of investments. So yes, that's the last card. You know, there's a church of Scientology somewhere. It's not down the street from here, but we passed it a couple times around here. Linda, I am in Oregon. I'm in a classroom right now. This is where we'll do the seminar today. Oh, yawn. Yeah, that Kim Porter book or diary or bio or whatever it was is still apparently up for debate as far as the authenticity of it all. However, in his tableau, which I need to do another one. If I do it now, y'all couldn't see it, could you? Well, I can't see what you see because it's very bright. Let me see if I can just do it. Y'all can't see it though. No, I ain't got enough space. Okay, we'll do one at some point. But in his now, because the tableau I did was old, and so some other stuff has happened. But back then, in that tableau, it said that somebody had a lot to say, but that person was not alive. And so I didn't know what that meant. And then the Kim Porter thing came up in the chat. And so there's that. Hi.
Your name is Johnny.
Yes.
I'm Pam.
It's live now.
Pardon me?
I said it's live now, actually. So I'll find the link for you, Nora, and put it up there. But I think the that book is what it was referring to. But let's see. Link. Oh, I had that already. No, I guess I won't. It's in the description again. Okay. But I think that's what it's talking about, is that book. Because whoever it was had a lot to say, but they were not alive. And I didn't know that she wrote a memoir. But like I said, the authenticity is still up for debate. But I am inclined to believe it. I'll say that too. Let's see. Is there some truth, at least a little bit, in the Kim Porter book? Is there any truth? There's a woman. I don't remember if a woman showed up in the thing or not. Abuse, fight. I'll say more so fight. Arguments. I think some of that is filled in. There may be some fabrications because it's not complete. And so if it's a whole book, I think some of that is somebody else's words because it's not complete. However, it does shine some light on some things. So it's almost as, because this is not saying that it's not, because the Eight of Cups means you have had to start something in order to walk away from it in the first place. And so the whole thing, I don't think it is her words, but there is some of it in there. Yes. Or at the very least, her sentiment. Did I move to Vegas? No. I lived in Vegas a long time ago. But I was just there for visits. Yeah, his apology was special, wasn't it? Talking about he done a lot of self-work and he went to rehab. He didn't say what kind of rehab. Never apologized for anything or for what he did specifically. Mind you, he denied it first and then apologized for, as they say, apologized for it secondly. Well, not for it, for some random thing in his mind, and said he went to rehab. But for what? Anger, alcohol, drugs, what? There's different kinds of rehab. You just didn't think that tape was going to come out. So it's not, I'm sorry you've seen it. Oh, he was with Russell. That Russell Simmons ain't ever coming back, is it? Oh, Lord, have mercy. That's special. So what's going to happen to him ultimately? RICO, trafficking. There's another charge in there too. I'm pretty sure he's got possession charges too, doesn't he? So ultimately, what is going to happen? We'll see. Wheel of Fortune, so there's some time, fate, 8 of Wands. I don't think this is going to be a long case. Maybe a year at the most. Something else coming out. Hangman, 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, Queen of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, 4 of Cups, 6 of Cups. He's got a madam somewhere too that's going to be drug into this. This is the exact same combination Epstein had with Ghislaine. And so there is a woman coming through too that's going to be involved in this. He's going to be in trouble for a very long time. So this could be more lawsuits as well, even if they're just civil. I don't know if it's his mother. I'm not saying it's not. I just don't know based upon this. But there's a woman here. I can believe it's her. She's very cringy. Very, very cringy. Just watching her, just very cringy. But there's even more bad news from a judge here, so he's going to be in trouble for some time. There's no jail cards here, but it may just be implied because of the Wheel of Fortune governing time, and then the Hangman saying that this is going to take a very long time. There's something with his company too and his business that gets drug into this too, kind of like Trump, to where you get accused of one thing and then your company is the headquarter for a whole bunch of other crap. So he's going to have that too. I know he had that back and forth with that Ciroc, with the alcohol, the vodka company or whatever he made. He got denied bail, right? Because there's this whole thing here about trying his hardest to get out. But that's not going to happen. Man, he's trying. Because he's got the money for bail. What else? Yeah, that's what a lot of people said too. That if he didn't get into the Ciroc conflict, then he'd have been all right. That Cassie thing broke it open for me. I mean, that was the most public thing, or the first thing I heard about. There's something else to do with his house. Conspiracy theory. Ignore what I'm about to say. There may be someone's ashes there or something like that. Not that you need to examine them, but that entity, person, spirit, whatever remains, has something to say. I'll say it that way. But it's at his house or one of his houses or something like that. Because the person is still there, is what it shows. That's house, that's trapped. And then this is at rest. And so it's almost, because they're not buried there, or they could be. But it's, I went straight to ashes because I don't think anybody's buried there. But I don't know what the hell he's, you never know what he's got going on now. But that person's trapped. So there's like a urn probably or something like that they're in. Unless he's got some. There's something too about drugs or cocktails that can be fatal. So, like that lean, where it's like cough syrup and something else, and what is it? Cough syrup, codeine, Tylenol, codeine, cough syrup, and grape Fanta. Is that scissor or this one of them weird combinations of crap you shouldn't be drinking? There's like a thing there with that. So he's either got a lot of that type of material to where he maybe have his own little lab, Breaking Bad style or something like that. But this is concoctions. That's what the temperance is. Putting two things together. It's alchemy. And then, but this is like something that could possibly be fatal. And so I know they did a lot of drugs and things of that nature, but that's found there. So more of that's coming out anyway. There is I'm not saying no names because it may be more than one, but there's a religious leader of some sort too who is implicated in some things, especially financial and natures of gratification. The Nine of Cups are things that you want, not need. It's not a bad card because sometimes you got to get what you want instead of what you need, because life will sometimes fulfill the need so that your wants can be gained as well. These are your desires, your wishes, that type of thing. But there's a religious leader connected to you, and it's not necessarily him, but we'll see. Another very, 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 very famous person, but this is like a name from the past. So not a current, but it's a person who has a very squeaky image, very clean, very not this type of thing. Kind of like I guess I don't want to implicate nobody, but somebody that you just would never expect this type, like a Jimmy Fallon or something. It's not him, but somebody like that. Like you would never see this name associated with him, but they are like a person that was the peak of their fame has passed. Not that they're not still relevant, but the peak of their fame has passed. And so we'll see that name sort of come up in this too. There's something too around child support. I don't know if he pays child support, but there's something around that to where I hope it ain't Sting with this peak of the fame thing, because he pays Sting like $100,000 a month because he used Sting's song "Watching You" without his permission. And now, this is not according to Sting, according to Puff Daddy, they're good friends. But you would say that if you had to pay somebody $100,000 a month, not a year, a month. They were asking him, is it true that he pays you $50,000? Thank you. That he pays $50,000 a month, and then Puff Daddy clarified and said, no, it's $100,000 a month for making or using his song "Watching You." Yes, because he used it when Biggie died, and then he made a song called "Missing You." And so, but he did not get permission to do so. And so he pays him $100,000 a month. So Sting, I hope you saved him checks because he might be broke.
He laughs about it. I saw an interview with him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
But there's something here too about child support. I don't know if one of his does he have a baby with Cassie? One of his baby mothers, had some sort of fame or will, like she's going to be elevated to some sort of level of fame. How long does he pay him? Until the end of time, because mind you, he's got a copyright or trademark or whatever you call it. I think it's copyright. He's got a copyright, and as long as your song is out there making money, you have to pay me. That's my song. That's why the money is not in making music, it is in writing music. I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston. She gets no money for that song. It all goes to Dolly Parton. The money Whitney got paid is the money she got paid to sing the song. But every time she sings the song in public, Dolly Parton got the check. And every time they sing it on these talent shows like The Voice and the this and the that, Dolly Parton gets the check. And so writing the songs is where the money is. The royalties, I should say. Okay. Well, that's all I got, y'all. I'm going to go and join the rest of life, I guess. See what I can do. Sunday will be on Jen's channel if all goes well, and the earth will calm down a little bit. Lori should be here Monday, and so we might go live that week to just, say hello or something, not a reading or anything. And so we'll see. So thank y'all for hanging out and all that. What is that over there? Thank y'all for hanging out, and we'll see y'all on Sunday. Are the witnesses safe? No, I don't think so, but I ain't gonna, but don't curse them. Don't put it out there, but we'll see y'all later.